So my name is Maggie Bordeaux. I'm a supervising senior staff attorney at Public Counsel. I assist individuals with bankruptcy and bankruptcy-related issues. I am a first-generation Latina attorney in my family. I was the first one to go to law school, and I have focused my career in the area of public interest, specifically with assisting low-income debtors. For me, the main reason I pursued a career in law was because of my mom. My mom escaped a pretty abusive marriage before I was even 1.5 years old, and it really influenced and shaped my life. The die was cast, sort of say, in the sense that when I was about 5 or 6 years old, she told me a story of a public interest attorney that helped her get a divorce, get the resources, work with police agencies. And the way she talked about that attorney, I had no attorneys in my family. I had no connections to anybody in the legal field. And the way I looked up to my mom a great deal, and the way she looked and described, or the way she looked when she described this attorney, I knew at that moment I wanted to be an attorney. I didn't know what they did, but I knew that someone like that helped my mom, and I wanted to be a part of that. I think for me, the biggest obstacle in pursuing a legal career was that I did not have anybody to guide me along the way. And so a lot of the things that happened throughout my career, I was very fortunate to have good mentors. But I didn't really have someone sort of, there were a lot of people. I went to law school when I went to UCLA who, had family members that were attorneys. My husband had, his mom was an attorney. So they had sort of an understanding of what a legal career looked like. And for me, I didn't really have that. I did have a very supportive family, but they didn't have working knowledge as far as, what to do in your legal career, or how do you decide what to do in your legal career, or what are the best things to do to prepare. So it was an obstacle, but it also forced me to early on build connections with people in my field. And I was very fortunate to have really great mentors in the form of attorneys, in the form of judges, and in the form of people in my legal circles that really took time out of their schedules to be my mentor, to guide me through, to present opportunities to me throughout my career. So the main focus of my area is in the area of bankruptcy. And if you would have told me that, that would have been my area of expertise. When I first started to go to law school, I would have told you that's ridiculous. I had no idea what bankruptcy attorneys did when I first went to law school. When I first went to law school, I actually thought I was going to be pursue a career in the criminal field. When I graduated from law school, I felt kind of lost. It wasn't the area that I thought I wanted to pursue. And I actually thought maybe this was all a big mistake, which was really disappointing. I, by chance, took a position in a small consumer bankruptcy field, and it just clicked. Everything, I tell my students, it's almost like when you are dating and then you meet the right person. I felt like that about when I stumbled into bankruptcy. A lot of the aspects that I liked about bankruptcy is that you were able to have a lot of client contact, you were able to go to court, and you were also able to do research. And it presented to me the greatest opportunity for growth because I could grow in all of those areas. And I also thought the bankruptcy community was a community that was very receptive to mentorship. It was a very cordial community. I had also done state court litigation, and it was a bit different. But I just fell in love with bankruptcy. I think I also drew a connection because a lot of the people that I assisted with bankruptcy struggled financially, and I did not come from a family of wealth. And so I also had a personal connection to a lot of my clients where I really understood where they were coming from. I think the biggest asset that my diversity has brought to my career has been a greater understanding to the people that I serve. So many times with the clients that I have, whether it be language barriers, whether it be socioeconomic issues that people may not be aware of, And also socioeconomic status with regard to the resources or lack of resources many clients have in accessing our legal system. I think that really has made me, has been an invaluable tool to bring to the court to also address some of the issues that other people who have not had my background may not think of. So for example, issues with regard to language access. I've really pushed and tried to, make it a top priority for the bankruptcy court to understand just what a big obstacle that may be for many of our clients. Socioeconomic status, how many of our clients are suffering just to be able to make it to court. The cost of, coming to court, whether it be, taking a day off at work. So a lot of those issues, which, sometimes you focus on the legal issues, but I think the opportunities that it's presented to me is to be able to bring that perspective to the court and also shape some of the policies that the court then implements to serve our clients. I would say my number one, piece of advice is to do what you love and to not stop looking until you find it. I believe the greatest key to success is finding something that you feel passionate about, because once you find something that you feel passionate about, that's what's going to drive you to work harder. My mom once told me, life is hard no matter what you do, so you might as well do what you love. And she was absolutely right. I've encountered many obstacles, but what has been a buffer to me pushing through is that I've really loved what I've done. And I don't think I would have done as well in my career had I not had that as a foundation. You see many examples of attorneys that they say, oh, they've escaped the legal profession, they're burned out, they have, all these issues or, really tough time. And I think to me, what I've seen is that if you find what you love, uh, you know, it is the number one way to succeed in your career. And I think in life, I think when you feel passionate about what you do, when you find meaning in the work that you're doing, you can't go wrong.